First of all, I want to give our praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone real well. And also I would like to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing this truth and sincerity to the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Well, you know, I've been dealing with the prophecies, and I'm gonna continue into the prophecies. But you know, I just wanna just throw this out there. You know, we come out here week in and week out to preach the Bible, preach these scriptures and the truth of the scriptures, you know, to our people. And you know, we just don't decide to wake up one day and say, you know, I'm gonna preach the Bible or I'm gonna teach the scriptures. You know, we do this because the Spirit was put on us to do this. You know, and so this is why we do this. And what I'm gonna get into right now is gonna break all that down. So I'm gonna go to Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. I'm gonna start at the top. And it says, and he said unto me, and this is the Most High talking, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me. So, in order for us to get out here and preach these scriptures and preach you the truth, and bring you the absolute truth of the scriptures, the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has to be in you. You know, and we break down the scriptures according to the understanding that he gives us. So, and it said, the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. That's us, you know, and that's why we're in the situation we're in now, because we wouldn't obey the law, statutes, and commandments that he gave us. He said, they and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this day. And so right now, you know, and this is why we out here preaching right now. We're trying to wake up the elect of Israel to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, because, you know, right now we're transgressing. I mean, it's mainly because a lot of us don't know that we're breaking the law. It said, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. So it means we hard-headed. You know, we don't listen, do whatever. We know it's wrong, but still do what is wrong. It said, I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus said the Lord Yahweh thy power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. And then it says, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them. So he's telling the prophet Ezekiel, go out there and teach these people. Some of them going to listen, some of them not going to listen. But they're going to know that a prophet of the Most High is among them, you know, preaching the word. And he said, and then he says, and thou son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, but be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. So he's telling them, look, they might talk tough, they might talk slick, you might get some aggression when you go out there, you know, to talk to these people, but don't worry about none of that. You know, just go out there and do the work. And this is what we do now. We come out here, we don't worry about if we're going to go to a jail, we don't worry about somebody going to disagree with what we're going to say and try to fight. We come out here and preach the scriptures. And so it says, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. So whether they want to hear it or not, whether we know they're listening or we don't know if they're listening, we think they may be listening, whatever that is, still speak the truth. He said, but thou son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious, like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And these are the living waters, which is the scriptures of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And it says, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So he's giving, basically, he's telling you that he's giving you the words to say. You need not worry about what you're going to say when you go out there to preach the scriptures, you know. And then it says, hold on, Salaki, I'm just making sure. Okay, then it says, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. So he's telling them, you're not sent to no foreigners or no people of another nation. You're sent to the house of Israel, to the Israelites, to speak to them, you know. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language whose words thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So he's saying, these people that I've chosen, the Israelites, I send you to speak to them. And a lot of them not going to hear you. They're not going to listen to you. But if I would have sent you into another people, surely they would have listened to you. And it just shows you. And then it says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, which means you will not listen. For they will not hearken unto me. So he's telling them, he said, they're not going to listen to you because they wouldn't even listen to me. And he the Most High. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. So he's saying, man, they're gonna come at you hard, you know, and they're gonna be aggressive, they're gonna be hard-headed, you know, they ain't gonna want to listen. But the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he put upon him, he made him able to withstand them, to be able to withstand anything that they try to do to persuade them from putting his word out or from getting others to listen. And then it said, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart, and hear with thine ears. And go get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them. So he's telling them, you're going to go to the Israelites who are in captivity, and you're going to go and you're going to speak to them. Sounds familiar, don't it? Thus said the Lord, Yahweh thy power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahweh from his place. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touched one another, and the noise of the wheels over against them, and the noise of a great rushing. So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness, in the heat of my spirit. But the hand of Yahweh was strong upon me. Then I came to them of the captivity of Tel Aviv, that dwelt by the river Chebar, and I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them 7 days. So basically what he's telling you is he got took up in a chariot, which was what people would right now call a spaceship. You know, it's gonna blow. You know, and what people, thank you, bro. What people would right now call a spaceship. But, you know, we know there's no such thing And spaceships, we know when those objects come, we know those are chariots of the Most High. And so, and then it said, and it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And the watchman of the house of Israel is a prophet who comes out and preach and speak the prophecies of the dangers that are coming to Israel, to warn them of what's going to happen if they don't listen unto the prophecies and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments that we was given by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand what a watchman is, and that's what a watchman is. You know, we're watchmen. And what do watchmen do? What they do? A watchman goes out and preaches the scriptures. He tell you of the prophecies that's in the Bible, the things that's going to come to pass, so that you can turn away from your wicked ways and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, basically we're blowing a trumpet. So when we blow the trumpet, you're supposed to take heed so that you don't die in your iniquity. And even if you don't listen, I did my job. You know, I did my job. So he says, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning for me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, like what I just said. But his blood will I require at thy hand. So if I don't come out here week after week on these highways and hedges to warn the people of what's going to befall them, and you die in your iniquity, you die in your sin, your blood is going to be upon me. He's going to still kill you, but your blood is going to be on my hands. So I'm going to be judged for that. It said, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy own soul. So if I do come out here like I'm doing now, and put the scriptures out there, and warn people, and they don't listen to me, and they die in their iniquity or that they sin, I've done my job, I've saved my soul. He said, again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. So if you've been a righteous man all your life, you know, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, according to, the law that he was giving us, you know, if you do that all your life, and then you just start saying, man, I'm done with this, and you turn and you start, you become wicked, you start breaking and transgressing the law, the Most High is going to destroy you. He's not going to remember a million years of being faithful. He's going to remember when you turn from being faithful. So it says, again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered. But his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he does not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also thou hast delivered thy soul. So, and that's a good thing. And then it says, and the hand of Yahweh was there upon me. And he said unto me, arise, go forth into the plain, and I will there talk with thee. Then I arose and went forth into the plain, and behold, the glory of Yahweh stood there, as the glory which I saw by the river of Chebar, and I fell on my face. Then the Spirit entered into me, and set me upon my feet, and spake with me, and said unto me, go shut thyself within thine house. But thou, O son of man, behold, thou shalt put bands upon thee, and thou shalt bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. So I'm going to read that again. It said, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus said Yahweh thy power, he that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. And so, because if you really think about it, man, you know, when you come out here and you preach these scriptures, the main people that's gonna scoff and that's gonna mock is gonna be your own people, you know. And you may come out here, you may preach the scriptures, you may go to jail. The police may lock you up because in a minute there's about to be a famine of the scriptures. So, you know, they might bind you, they might lock you up, as the scriptures just said, you know. And then when they do, the Most High is He's gonna make it where you can't say nothing. You're just gonna stand there and you're gonna do what you need to do, because these are wicked people we're dealing with. You know, he said, thou also, son of man, take thee a towel and lay it before thee, and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem. And he's talking about the people. And lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it, and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it. And it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. So he was warning them that, you know, this captivity was coming. You know, he was warning them that, you know, you guys, you're going to keep on, and you're going to be fucked up. But, you know, we don't listen. And then it says, lie thou also upon thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it. According to the number of days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity. Sort of like what the Messiah did. For I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of the days, 390 days. So 390 days. We all know that we weren't in captivity 390 days. So every day must be like 10 years. So let's see. It says, and when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah 40 days. So that's 40 more days. I have appointed thee each day for a year. So each one of those days represent a year, which represents the captivity, you know, over 400 years, which is true. And then it says, therefore thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. So the wickedness that the house of Israel is doing, we come out here, we're going to prophesy against it. When I see women, when I see my sisters come out here with booty pants on and stretch pants and all of that stuff, right? Jeans and all that, those things and garments which pertains to a man that the scriptures and the laws say that they're not supposed to do, I'm going to say something. I'm going to tell them, sister, you know you're not supposed to be wearing pants. You're supposed to wear dresses and skirts. You're not supposed to wear that, because pants pertain to a man. When you wear those things, the spirit of a man overtakes you. No different than a man wearing a woman's garment. The scriptures say a man shall not wear that which pertains to a woman. Why? Because the spirit of a woman will overtake him. He'll become effeminate. And you see that all the time. You see cats around here wearing pink shirts and tight pants and shit, you know? And that's against the law, statutes, and commandments. And so, and then it says, and behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege. So no matter what we do, the captivity that he placed upon us, we could try, you know, we could try to overcome it, to escape it. We're not going to be able to escape it because he said so. And not only did he say so right here just now, he said so in Deuteronomy. He said, no man shall buy thee. So when we went into captivity, it was a lot of people that rose up to try to give us our liberation and our freedom from our oppressor. But it never worked, and it never will, because only one man is going to be able to do that. And that's Yahushua, the Messiah. So it says, and I'm going to read it again. And it said, and behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege. And then it says, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley, and beans and lentils and millet, and fishes, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. Parables. That's what these are. So the whole our captivity, yes, he's going to make sure that we eat. And he said, and thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. And from time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. And thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. So, and that's a parable. So basically what he's telling you is, we're gonna have just what we need in this captivity, nothing more. Just enough to keep us alive. We're gonna suffer this captivity that way. And he's talking about the food. He said the food is gonna be baked with dung, with human feces in it, with shit in it. So basically what he's telling you is, Esau's gonna fuck up the food, which is he's already doing. He's fucking up the water, the food. He's cloning meat. He's doing all type of abominable things to the meat that we eat every day. Now we're gonna have to sit up here and we're gonna have to eat during this captivity. And that's what this is telling you. And I'm gonna read that part again. It says, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So he's telling you, these Gentiles, these Esau, the white man, the oppressor, you're going to sit right here among them while they're eating good. You're going to eat fucked up. You're going to eat some shit that could possibly kill you. You know? Because you did not listen to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's part of our curses. And then it says, then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up, even till now, have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. So, we don't know how this food is prepared. This food is prepared however Esau want to do it. We don't get to see it. In our kingdom, we put together our own food, and we prepared it according to the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave us. So we knew the food was okay because we did our own food. But this food that we're eating, we don't know where it comes from, how it was cooked. You might get some stuff that comes from China. You might get some stuff that comes from Japan. You might get some stuff that comes from Europe. You might get some stuff that's made right here. Either way, it's not prepared by us, and we don't know how it was prepared. Hell, 90% of the time, we don't even know what it is. So, Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given these cow dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. So the prophet, he instead of giving him man's dung, he gave him cow's dung. So he's going to still suffer the affliction, but because he's doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, his affliction, it won't be so great. And then he said unto Salaki, it said, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. So you're going to have just enough that you don't die, but that you suffer. And that's the whole point of it. And then he said that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquities. So he's doing all of this because of the iniquities of Israel. And thou son of man, take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thine head and upon thy beard. Then take thee balances to weigh and divide the hair. So, you know, we are not supposed to, part of the laws, we're not supposed to make baldness upon our hair, and we're not supposed to remove our beards. So, the Most High, he said you want to be a Gentile, I'm going to teach you how to be a Gentile. I'm going to put you in the worst way. I'm gonna get, you're going to be a Gentile to the 10th power. It said, thou shalt burn with fire a third part of the midst of the city when the days of the siege are fulfilled, and thou shalt take a third, Salaki, and thou shalt take a third part and smite it about with a knife, and a third part thou shalt scatter in the wind, and I will draw the sword after them. So that's part of the prophecies of the 2/3. You know, one part is going to make it. That's the remnant. That's the 144,000 and the 1/3. That's what that is. And the 2/3 part that he's going to smite with a blade, that's the 2/3 that's going to, 2/3 of them is going to be consumed by fire. He said 2/3 of them are going to be consumed by fire, which is going to be the ICBM missiles that's going to hit this place in the lake of fire. And then he said the other part he's going to scatter in the wind. And he's going to pull out his sword and he's going to go after them. So we're going to hunt down the rest of the 2/3. I'm going to read that again. And it says, hold on, let me get the page so I can be able to turn it right. And it says, and thou son of man, take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thine head and upon thy beard. Then take thee balances of weight and divide the hair. Thou shalt burn with fire a third part in the midst of the city. So that's 2/3. That's part of the 2/3 that's going to be burnt with fire. That's going to suffer the second death. And then it says, when the days of the siege are fulfilled, and thou shalt take a third part and smite it about with a knife. And a third part thou shalt scatter in the wind, and I will draw a sword after them. And then it says, thou shalt also take thereof a few in number, and bind them in thy skirts. You know, those are, like I said, the 144,000. This what he's talking about right here is concerning the 2/3 that's going to die that second death, and the 144,000 and 1/3 that's the remnant that's going to make it. And then it says, thou shalt also take thereof a few in number, and bind them in thy skirts. Then take of them again, and cast them in the midst of the fire, and burn them in the fire, for thereof shall a fire come forth into all of the house of Israel. So, yeah, it ain't like we're not going to see this fire. We're not going to, when these missiles come, we're going to be right here with the motherfucking 2/3 that's going to get hit, right? So let's see what happens. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. And she hath changed my judgment into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes, they have not walked in them. Therefore, thus said Yahweh thy power, because ye multiplied more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore, thus said Yahweh thy power, behold, even I am against thee, and I will execute judgment in the midst of thee, in the sight of the nations. So he's gonna smite the 2/3 before the eyes of everybody, for all the nations to see. He said, and I will do in thee that which I have not done, and whereunto I will not do any more of the like, because of all thy abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all of the winds. Wherefore, as I live, said Yahweh thy power, surely because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things and with all thy abominations, therefore will I also diminish thee. Neither shall my eyes spare, neither will I have any pity. So he's not going to have any pity. No mercy. A third part of thee shall die with the pestilence, and with the famine shall they be consumed in the midst of thee. And a third part shall fall by the sword round about thee. And I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and I will draw the sword after them. Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them. And I will be comforted, and they shall know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it in my zeal when I have accomplished my fury in them. Moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are round about thee, in the sight of all that pass by. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee, and anger and fury and furious rebukes. I, Yahweh, have spoken it. And then it says, and I'm going to break this down too. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which is we ain't going to have no food, which shall be their destruction. Because if you don't eat, you're going to die. And which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you. And I will break your staff of bread. So he's going to cut off all the food. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee. And pestilence and blood shall pass through thee. And I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. So all these prophecies that we've been breaking down to you, these are just precepts to what we was telling you that was going to happen in the latter days, that the Most High is going to do, the works that he's going to perform. And a lot of us don't understand it. But these are the works that he's going to do. 2/3 are going to die. 1/3 is going to go through the fire, and they're going to be refined as silver is refined, and tried as gold is tried. And they're going to come through, and they're going to be the elect. And so I'm going to continue on. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward the mountains of Israel, and prophesy against them, which I am doing right now. And say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh thy power. Thus said Yahweh thy power to the mountains, to you people, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys. Behold, even I will bring a sword upon you, and I will destroy your high places. So all the shit that you got, you done fixed up, you done tried to escape the curses, that he put on us to suffer. You done padded your nest. You got enough bread put up. You living better than the rest of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring you down. Your money ain't gonna be able to help you. He said, your altars shall be desolate, and your images shall be broken, and I will cast down your slain men before your idols. So all this shit that you thought was going to deliver you, was going to save you, that you held high in esteem, that became your God, this money, power, fame, everything that Esau to put out here for us as a temptation, because he is the devil, and he will tempt you. All of these things that he put out here, those things, he's gonna execute these Israelites, and they're going to lay dead lying right next to all this shit that they thought was going to help them. He said, and I will lay dead carcasses of the children of Israel before their idols, and I will scatter your bones round about your altars. In all your dwelling places the city shall be laid waste, and the high places shall be desolate, with your altars may be laid waste and made desolate, and your idols may be broken and cease, and your images may be cut down, and your works may be abolished, and the slain shall find in the midst of you. And the slain shall fall in the midst of you, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Yet will I leave a remnant. That's those of the elect. Yet will I leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when you shall be scattered through the countries. So we're going to be scattered again. But this time, we're going to be scattered running for our life. You know? And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whither they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which have departed from me, and with their eyes which go a-whoring after their idols. And they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed and all their abominations. So you're going to feel stupid. All the shit that you did, you're going to feel dumb. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, and that I have not said in vain that I would do this evil unto them. So don't think he's playing. He's not playing. He said he's going to do these things, and these things are going to surely come to pass. Thus said Yahweh thy power, smite with thine hand, and stamp with thy foot, and say, alas, for all evil abominations of the house of Israel. For they shall fall by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. He that is far off shall die of the pestilence. He that is near shall fall by the sword. And he that remaineth and is besieged shall die by the famine. Thus will I accomplish my fury upon them. Then shall ye know that I am Yahweh, when their slain men shall be among their idols round about their altars, upon every high hill, and all tops of the mountains, and under every green tree, and under every thick oak, the place where they did offer sweet savor to all their idols. So will I stretch out my hand upon them, and make the land desolate, yea, more desolate than the wilderness toward the Billeth, and all the habitations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. He is not playing. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus said Yahweh thy power, unto the land of Israel, end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. So the end of this rulership is over. It's coming. It's here. You know? And I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So, Lockie, I'm just trying to get this page. This Bible, I put in work with this Bible, so y'all gotta bear witness. Have a little patience with me. It said, and mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee. And thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh thy power. And evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee. And I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations. How you doing, sister? And according to thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh that smiteth. Behold the day, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded. So basically what he's telling you, he's pulling out his whooping stick right now. And the pride of our people is all the way to the ceiling. It's puffed up. It said, behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. none of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them. The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return. Neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. So even the 2/3 is going to suffer great tribulation, and we will be spared. The elect will be spared, but you're going to still suffer that tribulation. You won't be spared from that. You'll just be spared from that second death. And then it says, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go up to battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude. So we out here telling y'all, we blowing the trumpet. We telling y'all, look, the Lord finna come and kill you motherfuckers. The Most High is finna come bring destruction upon this place. Ah, man, go ahead on with that doomsday theory. Ah, let's go turn up, Joe, what you got on the weed? You know, they not hearing me. They not listening to what I'm saying. And because they're not listening to what I'm saying, which is the words of the Lord, this is what the Lord's saying. He said, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready. So we told y'all so y'all can get ready and prepare yourselves. How do you prepare yourself? You turn from what you're doing. You turn from your wickedness. And you come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. The scriptures say that a righteous man that been righteous all his entire life and then turn to iniquity, the Most High will judge him and punish him. He said, but the wicked man that been wicked all his life, that turn and become righteous and keep the law, statutes, and commandments, he won't remember his wickedness no more. All he gonna see is that this man turned and did the right thing and did not backslide and go back to what he was doing. So this is what he's telling you. We out here blowing the trumpet, man, to wake y'all up, man. It said the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape, of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, everyone for his iniquity. So all of the elect is going to be sitting together, out of the way, out of the danger, crying. Everybody that escaped going to escape to the same place. And they're going to be sitting back mourning. Not for the people that's dead, but for the iniquities and all the shit that you was doing that you know you shouldn't have been doing. And it said, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. So, we're going to be mourning. You know, baldness upon your head, sackcloth, all that. Those are things that we did when we mourned in our kingdom. So, it's going to be mourning. It's going to be a great time of mourning and wailing. And we're gonna be scared because we're hoping that it's over with, that we made it, that we were spared, and that the sword don't come down upon us. And it says, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh, which I already said. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither pure their bows, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So they think just because they got paper, they getting paid, they making money, they can go and do this and do that. That, you know, this is, you could prepare and set yourself up so that when this stuff comes, you hear me preaching this, you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to build up a whole bunch of food right now. Man, the Most High is going to destroy all that. All that's going to be destroyed. You're not going to be able, you're going to suffer the consequences just like everybody else. It says, as for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty, but they made the images of their abominations and their detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them, and I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. My face will I also turn from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robber shall enter it and defile it. And that's what happened. That's what happened to our heritage. And you got to understand these scriptures. You know, you're supposed to read it. I'm going through the whole chapter, breaking it down, but you're supposed to read it line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. So it go back and forth through dispensations of time. So this dispensation of time, what I just read just now, just that second ago, it went from the end days of the destruction to what he said was going to happen before that, you know. So you got to understand how to read the Bible, you know, which a lot of people don't. It says, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. And we all know this already happened, you know. And a lot of these prophecies that I'm pulling out, man, you know, we gotta get prepared for these end times, man. A lot of y'all think it's a joke. A lot of us think it was just, you know, Bible thumping, whatever, religion, you know. You're gonna see, you know, I don't know how hard the times have to get for one to understand that the scriptures is the truth, man. Every prophecy in here either has been fulfilled or is coming to pass. You know, and it lines right up in history. So a lot of people, man, I don't see how you don't see that. And if you don't see that, man, that's war to you, man. You know? But I've been on here a little minute. I'm gonna do a sit down. You good, sister? You know, man. That's what I'm out here for. Hey, sister, did you know you was an Israelite?
No.
You didn't know that? Did your ancestors come off the slave ships that came from Africa?
I'm sure they did.
Okay. You're an Israelite. And I'm gonna tell you something. We are all Israelites. We're told that we're black. We're told that we're African. We're told that we're African American. This and that. We're not none of that. The reason why we the best people on the planet. We the best to ever do anything. But why are we still at the lowest point? We suffering the curses of Deuteronomy 28. If you get you a Bible, get you a King James Bible, go and read Deuteronomy 28, the whole chapter. And it's going to tell you how we ended up in Africa. It's going to tell you, see, these history books, they just tell you that we came from Africa as slaves. But the Bible is going to tell you how we got into Africa, why we ended up in Africa. It's going to tell you what happened to us, how we ended up over here, the whole nine, that we would be sold as bondmen and bondwomen with a yoke of iron put on our neck and sent over here to America as slave ships. The scriptures is the truth, I'm trying to tell you. But they're not going to tell you that in no church. So stay as far away from the church as possible. Just read your Bible and you get your understanding from the Bible.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I want to give honors I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone who rule well, because they are worthy of double honors. And I would like to give salutations and honors to the Akim that's out here pushing this truth with sincerity to the four corners. I want to say shalom, and I'll see y'all next week.